We live in Canada, one of the richest, most affluent countries in the world. For years, our government has strived toward equal opportunity for all, and universal access to healthcare is now a core Canadian value. Our system is set up to respond to people's needs for medical attention, not their ability to pay for it. We've got it all, right? Maybe not so much. Our population is plagued with increasing rates of chronic diseases, slow to develop and difficult to prevent and treat. Perhaps the most worrisome epidemic is hypertension. High blood pressure affects Canadians to the point where it is the most common reason for a physician visit. It leads to cardiovascular disease, stroke, diabetes, and kidney disease, and $1.4 billion are spent annually on the medical care associated with hypertension. One group is especially overlooked. A particularly concerning issue is the increase in hypertension in the Aboriginal population. Hypertension is almost 3 times more prevalent among the Canadian Aboriginal peoples. But the scariest fact is that this number is likely an underestimate, as almost 1/4 of Aboriginals have undiagnosed hypertension. Why did this happen? The Aboriginal population was once prospering, maintaining strong social, economic, and cultural ties. One thing in particular has shattered their way of life: colonization. Aboriginal communities in Canada have not recovered from the history of ongoing social, cultural, and economic disruption brought about by the colonial process and policy. It has shattered their income. It has shattered their housing security through displacement. It has shattered access to healthy foods. It has shattered their culture. How can we expect this vulnerable population to prevent or manage hypertension when their access is so limited and stress levels so high? Some efforts, such as removing residential schools, have been implemented. It's a good first step, but just like a shattered piece of glass, other problems are just simply harder to remove. They can go undetected, but hurt just as much when they get under our skin. How can we fix this? The direction of the policy is vital. Any attempt to resolve the health inequality of Aboriginal peoples in Canada requires a multidimensional approach that targets not only their restricted access to income, housing, and other economic resources, but acknowledges that each of the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit populations have their own unique histories, cultures, challenges, and health service needs. If we want to make hypertension an issue of their past, the government must attend to Canada's social, moral, and legal obligation to our Aboriginal population. So, policymakers of Canada, we're passing the pressure on to you.